Hi, my name is McCandless, and I'm a Select Star partner with a background spanning data teams from AT&T to Amazon to consulting. And throughout my career, I've experienced how barriers in data discovery and governance hinder team results. Through the context of our questions surrounding poverty reduction and OECD data, I'm excited to show you some ways that Select Star helps teams deliver bottom line results with data. SelectStar is a data discovery and governance platform that automatically analyzes and documents your data. SelectStar's mission is to make data easy for everyone within your organization, and SelectStar does that by saving people time finding, understanding, and managing their data. So let's pretend that my team has assigned me an analysis with our OECD data, but I've never used it before. So let's take a look and SelectStar, see what it is, and see how this can speed up my time to insight, especially since I have this Gartner deadline coming up. So to start off, let's look at docs. Docs are like wikis, but purpose-built for data discovery and governance. And first, I'm going to look at a page. I'm going to look at this page called Which Poverty Metric for Your Use Case? And some kind soul before me has taken time to document at least two data sources that are of interest to me, as well as even highlight which metric may or may not be ideal for my analysis. Now I'm going to show you another type of doc, a metric, and I'm going to click on this hyperlink here. And this brings up a metric about poverty. And you can see how metrics are formatted to tell a high-level definition, what is the business value or business questions that these metrics answer, and how are they calculated. And you can see the native linking to data objects here. I can even see an example SQL statement if I wanted to. Now that we've checked out docs, let's look at tags. Tags are a way to tag your data and organize it by category. Like here, I've got it organized by the source of the data or by status. Now, before I jump in to the data tab, let's ask AI for some help. And I'm going to ask AI a question about where I should get started. So I'm asking, I want to analyze changes in poverty over time by country. Where should I get started? And in a few seconds, AI gives me a fantastic starting point, pointing out a table to look into, pointing out some related docs, and even giving me a starter query. So let's pretend I have a follow-up question. So I know OECD reporting is limited to 38 member nations. Can you point me to a data set with more global coverage on poverty reporting? And again, within seconds, AI has pointed me to a table and given me some context as well. Let's go to that table. And here we see the columns within this table. We can see the overview, who owns this table. If we wanted to see lineage, what's upstream, what's downstream, we can look into that. And we know that this is a reporting ready table because of these tags. Now, let's pretend I don't have the luxury of this pre-developed reporting table, but I know that I have some data from the World Bank World Development Indicators, or WDI. So how could I construct a reporting table from that WDI data? Well, a good place to start would be searching WDI and filtering to tables. And I know that my team lands raw data to the landing schema. So I'm going to search in the landing schema for these WDI tables. So landing WDI. And to fast track my development, I am going to have SelectStar create me an ERD, or an entity relationship diagram, for these tables. SelectStar does not rely upon users having selected for primary keys, foreign keys. SelectStar is able to make inferences from looking at your data and from looking at how users use that data to see how joins should be structured. This is very helpful when creating reporting tables and views, but also when creating data models in your data visualization tools, like in Power BI. So let's pretend that I've just finished building a reporting table and I'm ready to start visualizing. Now would be the best time to document these columns while the definitions are fresh on my mind. But man, I have so much to do. This is one of the ways that SelectStar shines, is making it easy for people to do the right things, like add documentation. And SelectStar does that by making it easier in a couple ways. One, the description of this column is actually propagated from upstream. So if you document once upstream, hooray, that gets propagated downstream, assuming the column is selected as is. Another awesome feature is the ability to AI assist fill in empty descriptions. And within a second, I get these fantastic descriptions, does most of the work for me. There's just one small edit I'm going to make. This is for quintile category by income distribution. And I can do the same thing, an overview. I can add a description with AI. Awesome. I'll just add by income quintile. I'm going to assign owners. And when there is a change to this table, or when there's a discussion comment added, owners will get a notification. And lastly, I'm going to tag this to let others know that it is reporting ready. Awesome. Speaking of dashboards, let's see SelectStar's integration with dashboards. So let's pretend that I've created this poverty overview dashboard, but this poverty reduction analysis one, I haven't. And I think, man, that could be of use to me. I could go and look at this dashboard, assuming that I have access, and I could hopefully infer what it's about, or I could take the shortcut of just asking AI. And AI says, this dashboard provides insights into poverty reduction by examining the relationships between homeownership, internet accessibility, and poverty rates. Huh, that definitely sounds interesting. And when we jump into this dashboard later, we're going to see how accurate that AI description actually is. So we're going to start off with poverty overview. And we have this nice one-click feature to Power BI. And I can see here real quick an overview of changes in poverty over time for OECD nations, like very encouraging. Hungary, huge reduction in poverty, but I see there's a lot of blank landmass, no coloring. And this brings me to the next page, that OECD reporting is limited, only covering 19% of the world's population. And so we can look at poverty per the World Bank for more holistic reporting across the globe and see some really important players now in reporting. For example, China having a tremendous, more than 70% lift out of poverty over the last 30 years approximately. SelectStar has actually developed a browser extension, a Chrome browser extension, so you have all the context of SelectStar still within your data visualization tool. Now, let's look at that other dashboard. Poverty reduction analysis. Again, one click. And here we're looking for trends that might explain changes in poverty. So we are looking at home ownership versus poverty. We were hoping that we would see that as home ownership increases, poverty decreases. We're actually seeing the reverse trend. We're not saying that home ownership has a direct relationship with poverty rates, but we're just not seeing that in this data. Let's look at the next page. So the prior page was on OECD reporting. Now we're looking at World Bank reporting, so more holistic. And now we're looking at internet broadband subscriptions versus poverty. And we do see an encouraging trend that we'd expect, that as internet is increasing, poverty is decreasing. And we see some phenomenal use cases like in China or in Vietnam. Now let's say that I want to add some other metrics from the World Bank to my data assets. And I see this term PPP, and I know I've seen this in our data. Another nice feature of the Chrome extension is I can search for this keyword directly in Select Star, and voila. And this is really helpful with upstream business applications. Say in Salesforce, you want to know what kind of data assets you have about a custom field or a custom object. Great ways using that search Chrome extension. Let's say that I want to add to my Power BI report a section setting expectations for my customers about how often data is refreshed. And let's look at the specific example of population data. I can see column level lineage, and I can explore this visually. We can explore this lineage from its endpoint in the data viz tool back to its headwaters in Snowflake. Now let's say that we wanted to do the reverse. Instead of going from the end to the beginning, let's say that we're going to update our record of population data from UN sourced to World Bank sourced. So we could go to data, landing, UN population, and then through lineage see what are our downstream Snowflake dependencies and our downstream dashboard dependencies. And again, not just looking at these in tabular format, but by popping out the Explorer to see these dependencies. So just like Select Star can help people onboard very quickly, Select Star can help you offload more quickly. Let's say that I'm moving to another team, somebody's backfilling me. A great step for my backfill to be would come to my user profile and to look at what I favorite, what I own, what I'm using most frequently, see my connected accounts, and really focus that handoff discussion. Lastly, let's say that my team is having a competition for who can reduce data costs the most, or even if you have fixed costs for your database, maybe your database is getting slow, you need less refreshes, less objects, and so you're having competition to get rid of data assets. Here's another way that Select Star shines is by filtering in the data tab for things that have no popularity or no downstream dependency, no owners. And we see here, when we look at no downstream dependencies, we see this table that has only been queried one time by one user in the last 90 days. Seems a prime candidate for deprecation. And again, Select Star shines in making it easy to do the right thing so that we can deprecate confidently and we're not impacting people downstream negatively. We can look and see, we know there's no downstream dependencies, but we can look and see who has used this, top users, and we can reach out to those people, or we can use notify within the tool. This ability to discover and govern data and save money and save time does not come at a high compute cost. For this project, I've been using Snowflake, and my expenses from Select Star have been less than $1. Select Star also refreshes from your data every 24 hours, and if you want to manually sync that, you have that option. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for letting me show you how Select Star is a team's one-stop shop for data discovery and for governance, saving people time and speeding up the ramp to insights with tools like tags and docs, which are purpose-built for documenting data. But even where people are not taking the time to document data, Still, Select Star learns from your data and learns how people are using it with tools like ERDs, Lineage, and Ask AI to speed up the time to insights for your team. And in closing, I have a doc of acknowledgements. Thank you to some really sharp economists who shared their time with us to inform our analysis. And thanks and citation for the data that powered this analysis.